welcome back to Coding with Drew. In this video, we're going to learn about chaining commands. Chaining commands can be somewhat of a challenging topic, but I'm here to demystify it. There are 4 different list operators that we can leverage in chaining commands. The first one is a semicolon, and this terminates a command. So, for example, echo, this is a command, semicolon, echo, this is another command. If I run this, you can see that one runs right after the other in sequence, and it doesn't care whether the first one was successful or not. The next one will run as soon as this one is finished executing, no matter its status. Okay. There is some commands that do not exit. They will run until you stop them. So let's learn one of those. Whenever we're learning a new command, the first thing we're going to do is go to the man for it. Okay, so man, caffeinate, E before I in this one, caffeinate, and press return. All right, so what we see the caffeinate does is it prevents the system from sleeping on behalf of a utility, such as power settings or your screensaver. There are 2 flags that I use all the time. The -D prevents the display from sleeping, and the I prevents the system idle from sleeping. So both are pretty necessary, especially if you were to have a remote server that you didn't want to turn off that was waiting for commands, such as a remote Mac Mini that was running for your mobile builds. Okay, so let's close this out and look at this command and why it's different from the rest. So when I run this, you can see that it executed, but it doesn't stop. I can just press whatever I want in here and nothing happens. There's no errors. There's nothing is executing. It took over to my terminal. So the only thing I can do is close this, which will stop that command from running, or open a new shell. What I'm going to do is stop it from running using Control C. And now we want to try to run it so that it stays running, but allows the preceding command to continue. So right now, if I ran caffeinate -di and I tried to terminate it and then run echo next command will never execute. This isn't desirable. So what I would want to do instead of the semicolon is use an ampersand. An ampersand says whatever command ran prior to this character, put it in the background and then run echo next command. So run whatever's on the right side of it. Now I'm going to press return and you'll see that next command actually output and I got a prompt back. But there's this weird thing right here. And this is your index number and the PID. So the PID is the process ID number. Now, if you recall, we can kill processes using kill-9 and then the process ID, or we can also look in ls of, and we can grep it. If you recall, pipe allows the output from the command on the left to become the input for the command on the right. So I'm going to use grep, say 78558, and I'm just going to run it. Now it might take a second to run. You can see that these are all of the commands that are running and the processes with the process ID 78558. They're just going, right? Let's kill them. So kill -9 and then 78558. Okay, so I killed it. Yours won't be 78558, just so you know. This is great and all, but it's extremely cumbersome. You don't want to go through all this, right? I don't want to go through all this, but it's something you can, do, and you'll probably end up using this kind of method to troubleshoot in the future. But for now, I want to show you a different way to do the exact same thing. All right, so let's run this caffeinate di and echo next command one more time. All right, so you can see we got a new PID 78609 and next command ran. So I can see how many commands are running in the background with the command bg, which is a built-in. And I'd show you the man page, but there's nothing there. It's just a built-in. Background will show you what commands are running in the background. It's pretty obvious, huh? and the computer's going a little slow, but okay, there it is. It says 2 jobs are running in the background. So there's a BG command, which will show you which commands are running in the background. And now we're like, what do we do with that? Like, what can you do? There's obviously another command, and it's called foreground, FG, just like BG. And when we run it, it'll bring the command that was running in the background to the foreground. And then we can just close it. Just Control C it. And you can see that it exited. And I can do the same thing again, FG, since there's 2 of them, and I can Control C it. Now, if I do BG, I'll see that there are 0 commands running in the background. And that's good. This is what we want. All right. There are 2 more list operators, and I want to demonstrate those in the next video since this one's already going along. The point I'd like to drive home here is there are certain commands that run to infinity, and they require an ampersand after them in order for subsequent commands to execute. If you do not use this or leverage this, then it will cause you problems later down the line. All right, I'll see you in the next video.